bringing comfort, safety and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy, and Nigeria's transportation future.
Ari Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
We offer shuttle services. We started with Jalingo Yola. And right now, as I'm talking to you, we are already looking out for a terminal in Abuja, because Abuja route is actually the ultimate. That was the motivation behind the establishment of the company, so that travels between Abuja and Jalingo can be done comfortably. So we are trusting God that by April, before the end of April, we will start the Abuja route. We are already looking out for a terminal. And so that is the basic thing. And we go into car hire services too. You can hire our Sienna buses, you can hire our Hummer buses, you can also hire our ambulances. So we have all these types of vehicles in place. And I want to say here, what I mean by travel in comfort is that if you are traveling with our Sienna bus, for example, we don't take more than 5 passengers on our shuttle trips. But if you hire it, we allow you to take up to 6 passengers. In other words, 3 people can sit at the back, 2 at the center and 1 in front. But if it is through our shuttle services, it's only 5.
We ensure we take off on time and also arrive on time, most especially for our airport passengers that would love to catch up with a flight to their various destinations. And also we provide comfort and relaxation. All our vehicles are fully air-conditioned vehicles.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety and Nigeria's transportation future.
RU Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
we offer shuttle services. We started with Jalingo Yola. Right now, as I'm talking to you, we are already looking out for a terminal in Abuja, because Abuja route is actually the ultimate. That was the motivation behind the establishment of the company, so that travels between Abuja and Jalingo can be done comfortably. So we are trusting God that and so that is the basic thing. And we go into car hire services too. You can hire our Sienna buses, you can hire our Hummer buses, you can also hire our ambulances. So we have all these types of vehicles in place. And I want to say here, what I mean by travel in comfort is that if you are traveling with our Sienna bus, for example, we don't take more than 5 passengers on our shuttle trips. But if you hire it, we allow you to take up to 6 passengers. In other words, 3 people can sit at the back, 2 at the center, and 1 in front. But if it is through our
Management, Higher Ground College of Health and Management Sciences invites ambitious students to pursue excellence in dynamic learning environments. Why choose us? Our institution offers a transformative educational experience, combining education excellence and practical skills. We provide a cutting-edge curriculum with hands-on training, mentorship from industry professionals, networking opportunities for career growth, and leadership development for global impact. The programs offered include BSc, Medical Laboratory Science, Nursing Science, Environmental Health Science, Public Health, Community Health, and Health Economy. We also offer HND in Public Nursing. Our facilities: modern computer and medical labs, research centers and digital libraries, and interactive learning spaces and study zones. Who can apply? Aspiring professionals in health and management can apply. Working individuals seeking career advancement can also apply. International students looking for a global learning environment are also key applicants. Application requirements are 5 SSC credits, including English and Mathematics, JAM and entrance exam scores, medical report, birth certificate, local government industry letter, recommendation letters. Why Higher Ground? We offer work-study programs, flexible payment, and a supportive academic environment. Apply today. Visit www.highergroundcollege.edu or our campuses at Lab opposite VCK Jalingo, Taraba State, and opposite Army Barracks, Tako, Taraba State. Take the first step towards a brighter future. Choose Higher Ground College.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to today's Politics on Sun TV. And as usual, the truth in Nigeria politics isn't just what is said, but what is left unsaid. My name is Abraham Minor Joda, and today we'll be discussing very, very important issues. And you know, on today's Politics, we don't just report the news, we interrogate it. And tonight, we'll pull back on the curtain, on the political declaration that has sparked so much curiosity as it has clarity. Earlier this week, the core members of the former CPC, one of the political building blocks that cemented the APC, issued a statement not just pledging loyalty, but drawing a political line in the sand. In Nigerian politics, when a bloc reaffirms loyalty, well, it often means they are more beneath the surface than above it. As they say, when elephants trumpet, even the grasses listen carefully. So tonight we ask, is this a rallying cry for unity or a carefully worded warning shot? Is the CPC bloc still at the table or just standing near the door? So today we're going to bring one of the founding members of the CPC to come and speak on this statement that was released by the CPC block of the APC. So stay tuned, because in politics, loyalty can be louder than the opposition and sometimes even more telling. So we'll go on a short break now. When we come back, I'm going to bring on the guest, but let me keep it wrapped up in a box for now. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned as we go for a short break.
Escape the everyday at DY Scott, a luxurious haven for your hair, nails, and overall well-being. Imagine yourself settling into a plush armchair, the aroma of essential oils and freshly brewed coffee filling the air. Expert stylists meticulously craft your perfect look, whether you're seeking a bold modern style or a classic timeless cut. Beyond the perfect haircut, indulge in a revitalizing manicure or pedicure. Our skilled technicians use only the finest ethically sourced products, ensuring a truly pampering experience for your skin and the planet. Enjoy a refreshing drink, a mojito, chamomile tea, or something bubbly while you unwind in our relaxing atmosphere. Looking to socialize? Challenge friends to a game of table tennis or snooker in our convivial relaxation area. Reconnect with yourself and leave feeling confident, truly pampered and beautifully you. DY Scott is more than just a salon. It's an experience that nourishes your mind, body, and soul. Find us at Roadblock Jalingo, Konaru, or call 081-4563-6195 to book your appointment today. DY Scott, where style meets serenity. Escape the everyday at DY Scott, a luxurious haven for your hair, nails, and overall well-being. Imagine yourself settling into a plush armchair, the aroma of essential oils and freshly brewed coffee filling the air. Expert stylists meticulously craft your perfect look, whether you're seeking a bold modern style or a classic timeless cut. Beyond the perfect haircut, indulge in a revitalizing manicure or pedicure. Our skilled technicians use only the finest ethically sourced products, ensuring a truly pampering experience for your skin and the planet. Enjoy a refreshing drink, a mojito, chamomile tea, or something bubbly while you unwind in our relaxing atmosphere. Looking to socialize? Challenge friends to a game of table tennis or snooker in our convivial relaxation area. Reconnect with yourself and leave feeling confident, truly pampered and beautifully you. DY Scott is more than just a salon. It's an experience that nourishes your mind, body, and soul. Find us at Roadblock Jalingo, Konaru, or call 081-4563-6195 to book your appointment today. DY Scott, where style meets serenity. Escape the everyday at DY Scott, a luxurious haven for your hair, nails, and overall well-being. Imagine yourself settling into a plush armchair, the aroma of essential oils and freshly brewed coffee filling the air. Expert stylists meticulously craft your perfect look, whether you're seeking a bold modern style or a classic timeless cut. Beyond the perfect haircut, indulge in a revitalizing manicure or pedicure. Our skilled technicians use only the finest ethically sourced products, ensuring a truly pampering experience for your skin and the planet. Enjoy a refreshing drink, a mojito, chamomile tea, or something bubbly while you unwind in our relaxing atmosphere. Looking to socialize? Challenge friends to a game of table tennis or snooker in our convivial relaxation area. Reconnect with yourself and leave feeling confident, truly pampered and beautifully you. DY Scott is more than just a salon. It's an experience that nourishes your mind, body, and soul. Find us at Roadblock Jalingo, Konaru, or call 081-4563-6195 to book your appointment today. DY Scott, where style meets serenity.
Are you ready to advance your career in health and management? Higher Ground College of Health and Management Sciences invites ambitious students to pursue excellence in dynamic learning environments. Why choose us? Our institution offers a transformative educational experience, combining education excellence and practical skills. We provide a cutting-edge curriculum with hands-on training, mentorship from industry professionals, networking opportunities for career growth, and leadership development for global impact. The programs offered include BSc, Medical Laboratory Science, Nursing Science, Environmental Health Science, Public Health, Community Health, and Health Economy. We also offer HND in Public Nursing. Our facilities: modern computer and medical labs, research centers and digital libraries, and interactive learning spaces and study zones. Who can apply? Aspiring professionals in health and management can apply. Working individuals seeking career advancement can also apply. International students looking for a global learning environment are also key applicants. Application requirements are 5 SSC credits, including English and Mathematics, JAM and entrance exam scores, medical report, birth certificate, local government industry letter, recommendation letters. Why Higher Ground? We offer work-study programs, flexible payment, and a supportive academic environment. Apply today. Visit www.highergroundcollege.edu or our campuses at Lab opposite VCK Jalingo, Taraba State, and opposite Army Barracks, Tako, Taraba State. Take the first step towards a brighter future. Choose Higher Ground College. Are you ready to advance your career in health and management? Higher Ground College of Health and Management Sciences invites ambitious students to pursue excellence in dynamic learning environments. Why choose us? Our institution offers a transformative educational experience, combining education excellence and practical skills. We provide a cutting-edge curriculum with hands-on training, mentorship from industry professionals, networking opportunities for career growth, and leadership development for global impact. The programs offered include BSc, Medical Laboratory Science, Nursing Science, Environmental Health Science, Public Health, Community Health, and Health Economy. We also offer HND in Public Nursing. Our facilities: modern computer and medical labs, research centers and digital libraries, and interactive learning spaces and study zones. Who can apply? Aspiring professionals.
So welcome back to today's Politics on Sun TV. Before I went on that break, I will give you a background of the statement released by the CPC block of the APC, the affirmation of their loyalty to the APC and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I said I was going to bring in someone who is a founding member of the CPC and also the founding member of the APC. I also said he was a former presidential special advisor, a lawyer, human rights activist, and an author. So today I'm going to bring on Chief Okoye Bona Obla. Good evening, Chief.
Good evening, Abraham.
Oh, you're welcome once again, and happy Easter to you, sir.
Happy Easter to you too and your staff.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You're welcome to today's politics. So, sir, I would like to start without much ado. We've done the intro. I just told them that I was going to bring someone who they all know is related to the CPC and also part of the release yesterday. Now the question, let's begin with the elephant in the room. Why did the CPC bloc feel the need to issue a public reaffirmation of loyalty at this point in time? So what exactly triggered the concern that your commitment to the APC or President Tinubu was questioned?
Well, because we don't want CPC people, the CPC tendency, APC, to people to have the impression that we are ingrates. were the first beneficiary of the merger of the Opposition Political Parties in 2015. When the presidential ticket of APC was given to General Muhammadu Buhari, he went ahead and won the election. And after he won, a lot of former members of CPC, the APC were appointed into government. The Attorney General Abubakar Malami, the SGF, the Secretary of the Government, B.A. Lawal, and the host of others were appointed. And they were in government for 8 years. And President Buhari was also in government for 8 years. At the instance of the APC, he was sponsored by APC. Some other APC members became governors. Malam Nasiru El-Rufai became governor for 8 years. So, and this people have just been 2 years out of government. President Buhari is like complaining, that he did this, he did that, and then threatening that they will pull out of the APC. We don't think that is good enough. It doesn't show, it doesn't show, seriousness on the part of those who came from CPC, and they cannot speak for us. Who are they to speak for us? Who are they to begin to posture as if they own CPC? CPC doesn't belong to anybody. It was a political party, and most of us were founders. I was among the people who went to submit documents for registration of the political association CPC into a political party. That was as far back as 2008. I was also the interim national legal advisor, and later on I became national deputy secretary, and then became secretary of CPC Media Committee, and then co-secretary of the Joint Inter-Party Media Committee that negotiated the formation of APC. So I'm surprised that some people are saying that somebody like Senator Umaru Tanko Hemakura, who's from Nasarawa State, who was elected governor on the platform of CPC, and he was funding CPC. I can say that because I was national deputy secretary, and he was the person who used to give us money every month to enable us pay the staff, to enable us run the party, to enable us pay rent in Abuja for our office secretary. So also he was the person who was taking care of the CPC Media Committee. We were about 18, and every weekend he would provide money for me to pay the allowances. I was the secretary, to pay hotel accommodation for those who don't have houses in Abuja. And then today, somebody will say that he has no right to speak for CPC. He has the right. He was the only CPC governor in the Progressive Governors Forum. That was the catalyst for the merger. The old ACN had about 6 governors, AFPP had about 3 governors, and we have only 1 governor, Abga, one. So he was the person. If he was not there, maybe CPC wouldn't have been part of the merger. Or because of the logistical challenges we had. CPC did not have many members who were governors, who were senators, who were members of the House of Reps, who were councillors, and so on. So we suffered financial constraint and challenges, and it was Makura who was paying the bills, who were paying our bills. So anybody to suggest that he cannot talk with CPC is baladash.
Okay. Sir,
that is not correct.
Now, you said for anybody. Now, let me just ask, even in the statement you made, your recent statement, it was like mischievous and aim at sowing disunity, and those who benefited from portraying the CPC bloc as disgruntled. Who are these people stroking this fire? Are we looking at internal sabotage or external opposition mischief? Who are those?
Malami is one of them. Ibeka Wachupa and the host of others.
Please, Malami. Which of the Malami, sir? Which of the Malami, so that we can be sure? Which of the Malami?
Malami, the former Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Emeka Nwasuba is from Imo State. He was Minister of State for Education. They are the driving people, the driving forces behind this group of dissidents, who are trying to pull out of APC, who are threatening to pull out of APC under the guise of CPC. But it is not true that CPC tendency wants to pull out of APC. Look, last year I was invited for a meeting, and they were criticizing the President Tinubu and threatening that they want to pull out. I opted out. When I came out, I said, look, this is not good enough. The president is just less than 1 year in office. Why are we complaining? You people were in government. Malami was the minister for 8 years. What did he do for the CPC people? We had Adamu Suleiman from Jigawa State. He was minister for water resources. He was there for 8 years. We had Sadia Farouk. He was minister for humanitarian affairs. We even have Bidi Lawal. Bidi Lawal was SGF from Adamawa State. He was there for about 3 years or so. What did they do for the honorary members of CPC who were in APC to benefit from the government that was started by the national leader of CPC? What did they do? Did they empower them? Did they help our ordinary people, the masses, the Tarako hours who was part of the movement? What did they do for them? And then today, after staying in government for 8 years, they are just 2 years out of government, they are complaining and trying to create the impression that CPC people are disgruntled, they are disillusioned, they want to pull out of APC. We are not going to pull out of APC. It is not true. It is just self-interest. This was self-centered. So look, the people do not even believe in those of us who are not from the northern part of Nigeria. Even though we were there, they always try to divide us to say that CPC was a northern party, was an Islamic party, but we didn't mind those primordial sentiments that were always wiped. But we stood there, we embraced the party, we supported the party, we were persecuted, we was halted. And a lot of this were done to us, but we didn't balk. But later on, when they were in government, they were making it as if they are the true people who should benefit from CPC, national leader, General Muhammadu Buhari being president. I think one of them even told my wife that, don't I know that this government belongs to them? He said so. I am from South.
Okay, them as in, who are they? Who are the people?
Don't I know? He told my wife, don't I know that the government belongs to them? I felt very bad. How can you say that as in Nigeria, a government, a party that I contributed so much, from its formation to when it went into merger, that I am not part of the government that emanated from the sources of that party in the elections. So, I mean, it's a terrible thing. And at a point, myself and Professor Tamuno David West, and the other strong people from the southern part of the South, in the CPC, because we believe that General Buhari was a good man, we believe he was a nationalist, we believe he was a man of integrity who should be encouraged to be the president of Nigeria.
Okay.
Even though people are saying it's an Islamic party, it's another party, we didn't mind. And then when we form government, you begin to look down on us that, don't I know that this government is our government? What is the meaning of that statement?
Okay.
And these are the same people coming out today to begin to create the impression that, the incumbent government is not doing well, or it's not inclusive.
But let us be frank.
Let me tell you.
Chief, let us be frank. Let us be frank here. There are a lot of statements, not only even from the CPC bloc. Do you believe that the APCC operates as a coalition of legacy parties with share ownership, or has it become dominated by one or two factions at the expense of another? There are some that said some people, maybe from the CPC, hijacked the government when President Buhari was there. And now some are saying that, yes, the ACN faction, as a matter of fact, they even went as far as say the Lagos people have hijacked the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So are these Let us be frank, are these things real or are just disgruntled elements making these statements?
Well, I don't know about this president of a new group. I don't think so. This governor, this president has been very fair from the appointments, because the problem of the matter is appointment. People are so anxious about appointments. Because the usual thing in Nigeria is state capture. When you are appointed, you begin to make money, you become so big, and people so clamor for appointments, and people begin to say, if I'm not appointed, my ethnic group is not in government. Who says so? What is the guarantee that if I'm a governor, I'm a Juku man, or an Igbo man, or an Efik man, if I'm the governor, I will be able to help every Efik man, or woman, or youth, or an Igbo man, or woman, or youth, or a Fulani woman and youth. How many Fulani people really benefited, apart from some few elites in Buhari's government? So that is the bane of Nigeria. That this thing is recurring. Every time people want government, appointment. At the end of the day, all of them want to help themselves and become rich at the expense of the country. Or even from where they come from, the so-called ethnic group, they claim that they are representing. And then there are also some groups in this country who have never produced a permanent secretary in Abuja. They have not produced a director in the civil service. They have not produced a captain in the army, the navy, the air force. They have not produced a police commissioner. There are so many ethnic groups in Nigeria.
Definitely.
Nigeria is a very complex country. Look at a state like Adamawa, so many ethnic nationalities. Taraba State, Bauchi, even in my own state.
Yes,
in some local government areas, you have 3 ethnic groups. And some of them have never produced council chairman,
yes,
or even councillor, ethnic groups in this country.
Yes.
And they are not complaining. But some ethnic groups benefit and so much, and then they begin to complain. Look at the group that is complaining in CPC. They benefited so much. They had very powerful appointments. How many people from their ethnic nationalities did they have? Apart from them acquiring property, building big houses in Abuja, having properties in Dubai and so forth and so on. So it is all about selfishness.
Okay.
Selfishness of the political elite.
Okay.
I was hearing what Aliyu Adamu Farouk is a Fulani man from Jigawa. He was saying when Rufai, said that the northern elders were not important. He came out to say the northern elders are not important because they were maybe not in support of the candidacy of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. And he painted Asiwaju Bola Tinubu to be a good man. So what has happened?
What has happened?
The same Rufai, he said that Asiwaju is a bad man. He is fighting northerners and so forth and so on. Just because he didn't get appointment in Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's government. So that is the kind of elites we have in Nigeria. And they have not taken us anywhere. It's just about selfishness and self-glorification.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. If you look at it again, there's this trend that is happening for the past 2-3 weeks, whereby visitation to Kaduna to go and visit former President Muhammadu Buhari. Have the CPC bloc also done their visitation? And these issues around the CPC, have you approached the president as the leader? I think is naturally the leader of both the APC and the CPC. Have you approached him? And what has he said concerning this what you call disgruntled elements within the CPC bloc?
It is very clear that look, I can give it to him. President Buhari is not a duplicitous person. It is not somebody who speaks from both sides of the mouth of his mouth. Unlike most of our politicians, they behave like in Greek mythology. There used to be a god known as Janus. Janus has 2 mouths. Most of our politicians, they speak from both sides of their mouth. I'll just give you an example. Somebody who says Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was a fantastic leader and ought to be president. But the same person, less than 2 years ago, 2 years now, he said that the same person is not a good person, is against Northerners. So that is the kind of politicians we have in Nigeria. But President Muhammadu Buhari, I give it to him, he's a man of few words. He has come out to say that he is grateful to APC, that he wanted to be president for 12 years, 2003, 2007, 2011, and he couldn't make it. It was only when APC was formed that he was able to make it. He had a national spread, the mandatory constitutional spread, and he was declared president in 2015, and then 2019 again he was declared president. That is grateful to the party, that he will remain a member of the party. This was after somebody gave the impression that everybody person who is a member of the CPC tendency will leave APC. And he said, no, I didn't say I was going to leave APC, that I remain a member of APC. The fact that people visit him does not mean that they go there for politics alone. The man has shown that he wants to be a statesman. He has not made any statement against this government since he left, which is good. He has not made any statement. He has not criticized this government. That means he's satisfied with what this government is doing.
Okay, thank you very much. Like you say, he's not someone that he speaks from both sides of the mouth. He says it the way he feels it. Now let us even go to this government. The Tinubu's Renew Hope agenda, given the current economic strain. Some view open support for the president as more about political survival than policy conviction. So what specific reforms under this Renew Hope agenda do you genuinely believe are worth defending today, and what made you people decided that yes, you still want to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
In every country, all the great countries, they have passed through what we are passing through. Just like we human beings, sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad. Sometimes you try to, you work hard and work very hard to ensure that you succeed in life, but things are not going well with you. When things are not going well with you, you reform. Or when people criticize you that your character is bad or you're not behaving well, for young people who suffer from youthful delinquency, they go to rehab. The essence of rehab is to reform and to see that to ensure that you become a better person, or you don't make the mistakes that the mistakes that have led you into trouble, not doing well, before your parents, before the society. So we after making a lot of mistakes in this country, for the past 70 years we have been making mistakes. There's so much tribalism, ethnicity, selfishness, corruption, not doing the right thing. Subsidizing fuel petroleum products, and we use a lot of money to subsidize these petroleum products. Okay, our naira was weak. And rather than subjecting the naira to align the face of demand and supply to influence the naira, we were using money to solve the naira. So we have made a lot of mistakes. A lot of money was wasted on subsidy on saving the naira. So we have to reform. We cannot continue doing the same thing for the past 70 years without result. So if we are serious, we have to reform as a country, whether economically, politically, constitutionally. We have to carry out reforms periodically to ensure that if what we were doing before was not giving us results, we will see where mistakes were made, and then we'll make amends. Every country, like China, let me give an example. China was a backward country 80 years ago. There was a civil war, that ended in 1949. Chairman Mao took over China, and then started building China. In the process of rebuilding China, he made a lot of mixing because he carried out reforms, agricultural reforms, economic reforms, cultural reform. And because if you are trying to reform something, you must make mistakes. You must, carry out your surgical operations. And when you undergo surgery, you see, you may face excruciating pains. Okay, so the process of the government carrying out a surgical operation to save Nigeria economy from collapse, they have to introduce these reforms that we are seeing. So these reforms will make the country a better place. Just a matter of time. All we need is to be patient, to be understanding. China, people die during their reformative period, part of the Chinese history. In the 1965, 1966 to 1976, millions of people died because of the reforms China was undergoing. And today, China is a world power. China is the second biggest economy. China is a creditor to America. American government is owing China trillions of dollars. I can give an example. I went to a program in University of Toronto in Canada about 5 years ago. And they told us that the city of Toronto had to pass a law, because against Chinese people buying high-rise buildings. Because at a point, they bought all the high-rise buildings in Toronto. And the Canadians were worried that these people want to take over our country, they want to take over our economy. If they can buy all the high-rise in one of our major cities, it is wrong. So they passed a law to say that no Chinese person should be allowed to buy a high-rise in Toronto. What am I saying?
Sorry for cutting you.
What am I saying?
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
You made a very valid point about China reforms and Nigeria reforms. But now, the reason why I'm cutting you, I stopped you there was you are a human rights activist. You are also someone that has campaigned for anti-corruption, an anti-corruption crusader. Now, China was able to attain this due to the low level of corruption in government. Now, will you say you are an insider? You can say you understand what corruption is about in this country because you fought corruption and corruption has fought you back. So let me ask, do you think with the level of corruption, with the way we're fighting anti-corruption, we are fighting corruption, do you think we can achieve the same thing China achieved?
Yes. Every country is shaped by historical forces, economic forces, environmental factors, so many variables. Even though we are Nigerians, we are Africans, we are not Chinese people. The Chinese people are, naturally disciplined. The teaching of the Confucian, if you are one of their philosophers, it brought about a lot of Chinese people being very disciplined, very, very, rugged. They take anything, they follow anything in a very rugged manner. Unlike us, we are not like them. The Chinese people are very frugal. They are not extravagant. We are very extravagant people. We are not frugal. For instance, in Nigeria, we always want to celebrate a party, a birthday party, marriage, and so forth and so on, spending a lot of money. Chinese people don't behave like that. So our culture is not different. It's not different. So you don't expect, in as much as we admire China and cite China as a country who went reforms and came out better. We are not like that. We must not pass through that exactly the same way China, went through. Whatever we are going to pass through will also be influenced by these factors I have cited. Our genetical experience, biological experience, historical experience, economic experience, political experience, environmental factor will shape the Nigerian character. So, even though corruption is very harsh penalty in China, I cannot say that people don't indulge in corruption. So, corruption is a basic human instinct. You remember the story of Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible?
Yes.
There is no society that is not corrupt. Even America, even in the UK, the traditional African societies were not corrupt, but when we were colonized, we started acquiring the Western way of life. The Westerners are very corrupt, and it was because of corruption they were coming to Africa to buy slaves and take to America to make money, because these slaves were taken to plantations, and the plantations were owned by European farmers, and they were able to increase their yield, increase their productivity, and they made a lot of money. So it's corruption. Colonialism too is corruption.
But
they have to come to Africa.
It seems their own corruption.
To look for mineral resources.
But it seems their own corruption.
Corruption is everywhere.
Yes, but their corruption develops their nation, while ours depletes our nation. That is the difference. This colonialism and the rest of it.
The difference is the lack. We have not forged a national consensus on corruption. Let me tell you, I told you this thing when you interviewed me last time. When I left government in controversial circumstances, because I refused to do the wrong thing. I wasn't corrupt. If I was corrupt and making money to grease the pants of maybe some government officials, I wouldn't have been removed from office. But my relations, when I went home, they were not talking to me.
Definitely.
They were not talking to me because they claimed I didn't empower them. I didn't make them to be rich. That I was a stupid man. Do I think I was the person who was going to save Nigeria? So, if you want to fight corruption, every segment of the Nigerian population must embrace in the fight. It mustn't be only one person. All of us, the church, the mosque, everybody. Okay? But what I see today is that corruption is not very attractive to Nigerians. Nigerians they like corrupt people who can give them money, and they will not ask, where is this money coming from? Somebody goes into government office, appointment, and the person suddenly starts to distribute money, start building house, buying expensive cars, and then nobody will ask him, where are you making money from? Is this money coming from your monthly salary? So that is what I'm saying. We must forge a national consensus on corruption. But we cannot eliminate corruption in Nigeria. We can reduce corruption in Nigeria when appropriate institutions begin to mature, and when Nigerians realize that corruption is not good, it's a drawback. Initially, when in the initial stage of Buhari's government, people were complaining that it was because of corruption.
There was a build-back of corruption.
There was economic hardship. Yeah. People were not making the money as they were during the PDP time when the government was not fighting corruption. So you can see that we have not yet to forge a consensus on corruption. So until we do that, but that does not mean that it's only corruption that will revamp the economy. Because, the economy can be revamped if we have reforms, like the reforms we have. Right now, governors are saying that they are having more money. The governor of Imo State, I heard him on TV, say that Imo State has more money now, that he doesn't borrow money now from the banks to pay salary, because of the withdrawal of subsidy. The federal government has plenty of money to give the states. So that is it. That is a success. That means the withdrawal of subsidy is a success story somewhat.
Okay. So
governors cannot have money to invest in infrastructural development and some other things like education, healthcare, and so forth and so on.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Well, I think we've shifted a little. Let us come back to the CPC issue. Now that this press release has been made, so what concrete actions will the CPC bloc be taking to ensure that this reaffirmation is not merely symbolic, but translating to influence inclusion, visible representation, and policy. So beyond the press release, what's next? What should we expect from the CPC?
Look, in that press release, we will say, look, people should engage government. People should not just be angry. People should not just be instantaneous. We have to reflect very well. We have to support the government. We have to encourage the government to be inclusive, to perform better. It's not by threatening government. It's not by insulting government. It's not by calling the president's name. So we are part of the government. So we must encourage the government to do better. And sometimes it don't go public to advise government. Where we have seen some things, but we are currently advise government, no, do this, do that, so that the government can succeed. It's not all the time we should be criticizing government or blaming the government. Sometimes, if you want to criticize government, our criticism should be constructive.
Okay, thank you very much.
So that is what we are going to do.
Okay.
We have also advised the party, or how the party should engage members in constructive dialogue.
Definitely.
To deepen democracy, internal democracy in the party, to increase participation of members in the party in the decision-making process. So I think with all that, I think government has been listening here. Government would take some of our advices, and things will be better in the country.
Okay, thank you, sir. Before we go, I'm just going to ask you two questions. You are from Akwa Ibom. You are from the southern part of Nigeria. Cross River State. Cross River State.
Yeah.
How is the APC faring in Cross River State, in particular, and the South in general? Do you see the APC do much better than it did in the 2003 election and the 2016?
APC in Cross River State is doing very well. For the first time since 1999, an opposition party was able to win the governorship of Cross River State. The current governor, he said, was elected on the platform of APC. In the Senate election, we won 2 senatorial seats out of 3. In the House of Reps election, we won 5 out of 8. In the House of Assembly, APC has about almost 23 members out of 25. All the local government areas, we have APC, chairmen and women, chairpersons, So Cross River State has got APC totally. And it was the first time since 1999 that was happening. Cross River State used to be very pro-PDP, but in 2003, APC took over. And for Akwa Ibom State, which is our neighboring state or brother state, the APC is making a lot of grounds. We didn't do badly. The Senate president is from Akwa Ibom State. He won a senatorial seat. We won some seats in the House of Reps. We won some seats in the House of Assembly. And in the presidential election, APC scored about 32% or thereabout, So we are doing very well. We are making new rules.
Okay.
In those states, before 2023 or 24 or 25, it was PDP. But we won the recent election. That was held about maybe 5 months or 6, saying that he will support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the next election. So I will not be surprised before 2027 if APC Akwa Ibom State becomes an APC state. Also, the governor of Delta State, he has also making he has made some other pronouncements. The fact that he has endorsed President Bola Tinubu for a second term in office. So I can also see Delta State going APC.
Okay.
And also Bayelsa State. So I think APC is making a great encroachment into the South that used to be the bastion of PDP. No, I think by 2027 the graph or the map will change. I can tell you that in 2027 we are going to have maybe 5 APC governors from yes, South states.
Thank you very
Of Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Rivers.
Thank you very much, sir. I would really appreciate you giving us your time. So what's your final words for Nigerians concerning the CPC issue, concerning the economy, and also the fact that the APC is making it?
Well, the CPC, there's no CPC. CPC was dissolved in 2013. So there's no CPC. It's a boogeyman. Somebody always talk about CPCs. It's indulging in meat. It's indulging. He wants to be a boogeyman. We have APC, but we have tendency. CPC tendency. We have ACN tendency. We have AFPP tendency. We have ABGA tendency. That all these tendencies are working together as one happy family. I think we need APC. If there is no APC, this country will collapse because PDP that used to be PDP is so weakened. Labour Party is an alternative. So right now, Labour has 4 factions. So what of NNPP and NNPP? So too is also factionalized, and one of the factions even went ahead to expel Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. So there is no political party that can hold this country together. Only APC can do that. So we have to make sure that APC succeed, and all Nigerians have to pray for the party to succeed, so that Nigeria will not collapse.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief Okobono Oblak. It's always a pleasure having you on this show, and I know you will always be here, especially when we want to talk about anti-corruption, about the state of the nation. You're always a very, very good resource person. And I really love reading your articles, and you always have something to say one way or the other. Thank you very much, Chief.
Thank you.
I allow you to go and enjoy your Easter.
I will let the audio.
Okay, yes, I will do that. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful public holiday. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. That was Chief Okobono Oblak, the former presidential advisor.